I think it's important for people to understand a little bit about why we use the Taskstream system. Sometimes people feel like it's an add-on to our coursework and it feels like an extra step that people have to do to submit their work. But there are some important reasons why we do it and some important some things that are helpful to you as a candidate and also helpful to us as a college. So essentially, Taskstream serves as a portfolio process, right? It's a process where we are asking candidates to submit work that demonstrates their ability through complex, robust types of tasks that mirror what you're going to be doing as a teacher. By having people submit portfolio work throughout their whole program, what we're doing is we're helping you to document that you are able to do the next steps in the program. So we use this as a way to track your readiness for moving forward in the program. And finally, at the end of the program, we use the process to determine your readiness for being endorsed for a license in Ohio. And this is something we've had in place since 2001, but back in 2001, we used to do it as big loose leaf portfolio binders. Now we just have it electronically. So it's really the same process, it's just that we've moved it into the more electronic age. The third bullet point you'll see, by having a common template for everybody, what that does for us is that it allows us to make sure that everybody who completes a program does the same key assignments through the course of their program, and they are held to the same expectations and they are assessed using the same rubrics, right? So when you have a program like ours where we have a lot of part-time instructors and full-time instructors all teaching multiple sections of the same course, since Taskstream has the directions for the assignment and the rubrics for the assignment, it makes sure that every instructor is using the same assignment and they're grading it in the same way. So it helps all the students to make sure that they have a consistent quality experience. The fourth bullet point talks about reflection. So we believe at Cleveland State that a teacher is a reflective, responsive practitioner. And so we're doing everything that we can to try to promote reflection on your teaching practice throughout the course of your program. And when you become a teacher in the state of Ohio, you're going to be held accountable to demonstrate your proficiency in the Ohio standards for the teaching profession. So at key points in the portfolio process, you're going to be asked to reflect on your progress in relation to the Ohio standards for the teaching profession. So that's going to help you become familiar with the Ohio standards. And it's also going to help when you do an interview so that then when principals or search committees ask you about the Ohio standards, you're going to be comfortable talking about them and giving examples of your proficiency. So we believe that this is part of the process that will help you become a more proficient interviewer or interviewee. The fifth bullet point talks about storage for key portfolio artifacts. So it's often the case that I hear students talking to me about a laptop that was lost, or a hard drive that was fried, a laptop that was stolen or broken. When that happens, you stand to lose all of your work. But if you have put your work into Taskstream, then at least for those key artifacts, they're sitting out there. They're on the web. You can always retrieve them. And if anybody ever asks you for this work back, you can go out to Taskstream and get it back. So it's a kind of a safety mechanism for all the portfolios, for all the candidates to have storage for their portfolio artifacts. And then the last thing is that as a college faculty, we want to model what we expect of you as a teacher candidate. So we expect that you're going to be using student data to reflect on your own teaching performance and your own success as a teacher. Well, in the same way, we also are reflecting on our performance as a college faculty. So by looking at the data that we gather in the Taskstream system, it's helping us to reflect on our own performance and figure out what are the things we're doing well as a faculty and what are the things that we need to improve on. And we're using this on a constant basis to try to set goals for ourselves and to try to continue to improve our teacher prep programs.